I remain strong, King Kong with the prevalence. I show you exactly what we do, that's how I represent. Hardcore, heaven sent, chain on, hella bent, throwing all black when they spot me like the leopard print. Oh, I got the braids in, shades on, made men, cause we put in work to stop the earth until it came in. Walk strong, talk heavy, hold my own. You rock solid when we bout to leave the sword, the stone, nigga, we warriors. Hardcore, tracking the pride, to let the Hebrew speak, nigga, general eyes. And we talk super heavy, nigga, that's the surprise. With all scripture, street talk, word to Captain the Cod, nigga, we blazing, ripping mic with all facts, doing the knowledge to the max, till we cracking the pavement. UPK, y'all the one West Harlem, nigga. We spring forward and they falling like it's Harlem, nigga. Talking to all them niggas born in the mud. If you ain't feeling this, you call them plug, and that's real. Oh, I get it, cat tie, war, they not of our kind. I get the order that is handled kind, not the one kind. Without a doubt in my mind, I'm finna stop and recline. Anybody that come against us, they should probably resign. It's a war going on outside, no man to save from. I hate these niggas throwing shots, but can they take some? Christ says, sell out your garments to get a sword now. I'ma go and sell off these polos to get a 4 pound. Game sure ain't started the war, but I'ma end it, cause the spiritual war could turn carnal any minute. I remember riding back in the days, window was tinted, but Salaki, I'm done with that carnal shit, I repented. And they bomb-proof the booth every time I'm about to go in it. You ain't know this shit, I live for this truth and I'ma defend it. And I get my second wind just as soon as niggas get winded. It's a war going on outside, I get it in it. It's a war going on outside, you in the crib, but the war outside, I get it on outside. From the dust to the dawn outside, so when I'm on outside, I'm catching wreck when they drawing outside. Cause it's a war outside, my sword drawn outside. This Excalibur, you better be all outside. Cause it's a war outside, I get it on outside. You in the crib, but the war outside, I get it on outside.
Nobody's safe, it's a war out here. If you pussy in the streets, you a whore out here. See me all suited up in my fallout gear. 762, flip your fucking car out here. No burner, I still break your jaw out here. No fear, if you scared, get a motherfucking pit. Or sit up in the church, you a motherfucking bitch. I give you in the verse what I give you in a clip. It's 32 rounds of fire, it never quit. A lot of fuckery going down, so what's the purpose? Sick of hanging around these clowns, get out the circus. If you cross that line, then you get lit up. The worst is all black hearses, tinted with black curtains. Docs on site with medics and mad nurses. Leave us out your verses. You don't want that kind of war, ready for that bullshit. Kind of like a matador. Get this kind of focus.
Hey, Shalom, Trooper, what's going on with you?
Hey, Shalom, y'all about Shimmy, y'all shot Brakatah, sir.
Hold tight, we're just going to wait for a few more brothers and sisters to jump in and we'll go ahead and get it cracking.
Come, sir.
Brotherhood.
You hear about what just happened in Texas?
Yeah, I heard about it. Crazy. I think it was a Hispanic brother who did it.
Yeah, his name is Salvador Ramos.
Yeah. Crazy. And I was telling somebody, like, I knew that was going to happen. Well, I'm just saying, like, we try to mimic the white man so much. So, it was inevitable that a brother was going to do something just like they do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just because we try to mimic them so much in whatever they do. But, yeah, it's crazy.
And what's so heavy about that, sir, is, it just further shows that, the so-called Northern Kingdom, whatever we go through, they go through the same thing.
What do you mean by that, though?
Because, literally, it was Judah who just got hit up, last week?
Right. But that was, but what I'm saying is so crazy because, like, this was a so-called brother who did it. I don't know his, genealogy. His father could have been a white man. I don't know, but, that's not something normal. Like you say, you're right. That's not something normal that black people do. You know what I mean? So
right.
I don't know. It's just another crazy episode.
Mm-hmm. And just to clarify what I was meaning is just, just showing that like we the same people, like how like there's like a division between the Latin it's Hispanic and the blacks, so-called blacks. All I'm saying is like what we go through, they go through the same thing. You know.
No, I definitely get what you're saying.
Come.
I definitely get what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, we are all in this punishment together.
Come, sir.
All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are in punishment right now. Okay? And the Lord did it by putting this oppressor over us.
Come.
So, you know, they're not going to get. It's like Commander General Yohana said one time. All the tribes, you know, seem to have, like, we go through phases. You know, for a while, tribe of Judah be getting it real good. Then next thing you know, Isupk might be going through it. You know what I mean? Then, you know, next thing you know, Ephraim might be going through it. You know what I'm saying? But we're all going to be going through it.
Come.
There's no escaping it. Okay? So you're definitely right. We into this together. And that's what's hindering. That's one of the biggest things that's hindering us getting out of this hell is the deception, for one, that the white man has laid down, but then our brothers and sisters not wanting to, you know what I mean, recognize who they are.
Right.
Realize that we're one family. You know what I mean? Like, they can't get out of this hell without us, and we can't get out of it without them.
Come. And that town is only 14 miles away from Acuña, Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, I got to get a little peek at it, and everybody that was coming in and out of that school was Hispanic. You know what I mean? They look like, you know, the tribe. So I can imagine all them little kids that died. Like you said, it was definitely us. You know what I mean? It was our family. I just don't know if it was a self-inflicted wound or not.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know the genealogy of Salvador Ramos. Okay, but either way, you know what I mean. Like, the Lord is trying to wake us up. You know what I mean?
Concert.
It's the separation that we need. That's the biggest thing, I think, the separation. Because I know in my community right now, on my way over here, you know, where I live, I grew up, and, you know, there didn't used to be white people in that neighborhood. You couldn't imagine white people being in that neighborhood, but, you know, on my way here, it's like 24 crackers standing on the, selected from my language, 24 white people standing on the basketball court right in the middle of the hood.
Nah.
Yeah, and, you know, they building up all these, I mean, you don't know, but I'm looking at my neighborhood, and they're building up a lot of low-income housing, these, you know, tall, you know, 15 stories, whatever, you know, 10-story, low-income housing, and all I can think is they're getting ready to gentrify where the black people are at and push them into these, you know, housing complexes that, you know, they're mimicking how they build them up north. You know, they go up high.
Yeah,
because
come.
down in Florida, usually all of the housing projects, they just spread out. They're all 1-story or 2-story. They just spread out.
Right.
But now over here in this city, it's like a little city, West Palm Beach, and they're building several high-rise, low-income places. So I know they're getting ready to, you know, push black people out of the community that they're in and stack them up into these, you know, condominiums or whatever you want to call them.
You know, if I may, I think a lot of that is pushed from down south, like you know, down Miami, because, you know, that's where they were starting at, and a lot of people was moving north, and I guess they trying to push them more north and more north and more north.
Yeah, they definitely still going north. You know, people are still getting pushed north, and they're running. They're not really, they could be getting pushed because they're looking for a easier way to survive, you know, the monthly or yearly oppression. You know what I mean? it's a little cheaper, it's a little easier the further north you go. So, you know, like when you're in a city like West Palm Beach or Fort Lauderdale or Miami, you know, it's going to be really expensive, you know. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's the white man and his oppression and his systematic system of, you know, training black people and having them do and live the way they want them to.
Right.
So, you know, like you said, that's one of the biggest things I could think of that's kind of slowing us down from growing and getting the hell out of this hell is our brothers and sisters understanding like we are one family. You know, I know you might not look exactly like me, but you know what I mean? We one family. Okay?
Come.
And that's gonna be the biggest thing. Like we trying to find a new camp spot here in West Palm, and it's just certain spots we go and we see a lot of Hispanics, and you know, it's like, man, we can't really communicate with them, you know what I mean, the way we want to. So we gotta become innovative and, you know, think of things we can do to you know, bring it to their attention and, you know, show them who we are and who they are, you know what I mean?
Come.
Right. Okay, so we got Chance Zimmerman in the class. Shalom, Yabashim Yashab Rakatah. Princess Ra'aya Ha. Okay, Shalom. Wait, this is on the Wednesday night Brotherhood class. So, got any questions on Brotherhood? Go ahead and type them in. Try to be specific with what you got, and we'll try to get them answered for you. Okay, I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get it cracking. Matthias.
Concert.
You in what do you say, West Virginia? What do you say? What? I couldn't remember. Was it Washington, West Virginia, somewhere?
I'm in DC, sir.
Right. Okay, DC.
I'm glad I'm not in no West Virginia. Good night. The hills have eyes.
Nah, what things looking like up there in Washington D.C.?
Is you know, I'm up here with Captain Mashak, so and with some of the generals, is you know, I'm getting that work, you know, learning a lot of things. Actually, not this past camp, but the week before last, we just had a battle with some brothers. It was a situation. Captain Mashak, he went in. He got real surgical.
Wow. Yeah, that's a hardcore brother, man.
Go.
That's a hardcore brother, man. Straight up and down. Nobody can deny that.
Right. Actually, the video is up. I'll send it to you.
Okay, shit, no sign of Christ.
There you go. Salak, you don't hear no feedback, right? As I talk.
No, I'm not getting any feedback from you.
All right,
You're too wild. You're good to go. Okay, we got Shaya Ra, Shalom. I thought about Hashem Yahushai to you. Like I said, it's the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. Okay. Y'all got any questions on Brotherhood? Any questions at all, really, you can go ahead and type them in. Bayana, Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Atah, Bashim, Yahushua to you. Okay. Okay, so I just got, going to go into Brotherhood. Officer Tawashad couldn't be in the class tonight, due to circumstances that he couldn't control on his own, but I'll be holding it down. Like I said, you got any questions, come on with it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what we was talking about a little while ago is, the mass shooting that just went down, and what is it, Valua, Texas? Okay, looks like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're going through it again. The Lord is trying to wake us up and show us, what we need to be doing. And the only way you're going to understand what you need to be doing and what's going on in the world, because you can look at this mass shooting and just, really not understand it, or just think, oh, well, it's just one of those things. But in reality, the Lord is trying to wake blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians up. Okay. You should be tired by now of seeing your people who look just like you, who live in your community, and, people that the Lord, designated to be his chosen people. Okay. The same people that Christ sacrificed himself for. Okay. So they could have a chance, to come back to the Most High. Okay. Those are the people that are being destroyed today. And those are the people that are born into a condition to where they don't even know who they are. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing. They don't know their God. And, with that, it makes it easier for our oppressor to destroy us and mislead us. Okay. And beguile us. Okay. And tell us that, we should love everybody, that God loves everybody. And none of that is true. Okay. It's just a systematic way of your oppressor to keep you down. Okay. To keep your identity hidden from you. Okay. Because when you know who you are, when you realize your identity, okay, then there's always something that comes with an identity. Okay. If you are born in a royal family, you have to conduct yourself, okay, in a certain way. Okay. And that's the same thing with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Although a lot of us in the world today don't know who they are, it doesn't negate them from the responsibility, okay, of behaving and carrying themselves in a certain way in the earth that their God, their power designated them to do. Okay. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get into some scriptures. Okay, you got anything you want to say, Trooper?
Sir, if I may, all I can say is we just need to pull ourselves together. We definitely the undesirable, and it's showing right in front of us every day. We have to get it together.
Yeah, but like we are definitely the undesirable, the hated. Okay, but when you're born into a certain situation you're born into a condition, you're born into a society that teaches you things from birth. Okay, we have been stripped and robbed and raped of our history, of our heritage, who we were before slavery. Okay, all this society gives you is 500 years. You're a slave. You came from the continent of Africa, and you know what I mean. And now you can be part of our society. You just have to follow by our rules, and you can be equal and get a piece of the American pie, the American dream. Okay, when no other family on the earth is trying to. They come over here and they do business with the oppressor over here, and they find a better way of life, make money, okay, support their families, but they do not strive to be a good Christian or a good American. They don't. One thing, I was thinking when I was walking in here is all those other families have their own gods, okay, and their gods look like them. Their gods look like them. Their gods are for them, okay, and nobody else. No one else on the planet is, besides the 12 tribes, are trying to be a Buddhist, except Chinese people. Okay, nobody wants to be what do you call those people? A Muslim, except black people. That's the Arabs. You know what I mean? That's their God. But we are so lost. Okay, if you knew who you were, you would not be clinging to every other thing in the planet, trying to join yourself to it. Okay, the East Indians, I don't know what kind of God they worship, but black people should not be trying to be attached to their gods. Okay, their God looks just like them. Okay, black people, what we don't understand, and it's our job to wake blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians up and let them know who their God is. So our God looks like us. Okay, the God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians look just like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Our Savior, our King, looks just like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay. We can go ahead and get that. Let's go to Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. Okay. Like white people, they've taken our God, okay, and made a religion out of it and put their face on it. And all that's called white supremacy. Okay. Like if you went to China and you saw their God looks like them, but you lived over there, they are supreme. Okay. They are supreme over there. And anybody who looks like their God is supreme. And if you look like their God, you know what I mean? Like you are right there with their God. Okay. You are supreme also. Okay. So we have to find out what our God looks like. Okay. Let's go to, let me see. We might be going to Revelation. Let's see. No. Let's go to the book of Dan. All right, so I want to go and find out. I want to show Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians what their God looks like. Okay, and the God of Blacks, okay, he set up a system in the earth to where he taught us how to treat each other. He taught us how to love each other. Okay. Our God set it up so we would be able to live amongst each other. Okay. In peace. Without, you know what I mean? Like, of course, there's going to be disagreements, but he set that up so, you know, if you have a disagreement with a brother, you go to that brother, right? Okay, you go to him and him alone. But it starts with knowing who you are, okay? Our God looks just like us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, okay? So let's go to the book of Daniel, chapter 7, okay? And we'll read verse 9. And basically, this is just to show our people what our God looks like. He doesn't look like the white Jesus, okay? He's not, you know what I mean, like some blonde, blue-eyed person or spirit, or, you know what I mean, like he looks like Black people. The spirit that he has is a Black spirit. The way we are, the way we talk, the way we behave, that's how our God is, okay? We are a reflection of him, okay? So if you would, Matthias, read the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 9.
Come. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like of pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
Right. So stop right there, okay? This is the description of Black people. This is a description of the Black people's power, our God, okay? And Daniel was given a vision to be able to actually see what our power would look like, you know what I mean, if someone could see it. What does his spirit looks like? What is his vibe? You know what I mean? If he did have a physical, this vibe, this spirit, this is what it would look like. And it will look like Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So this is the God of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay? This is the beginning of you understanding your God looks like you, who you should be serving. Okay? I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. Everybody knows, and if you don't, the Ancient of Days, that is our power, okay? Whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. Like, do I have to ask you who on the earth has woolly hair? Okay? All the 12 tribes darn there. Like, don't think just because you see certain tribes and they got, you know, stringy, thin hair that, you know what I mean? Like, you go to Puerto Rico, some Puerto Ricans have, you know, straight hair. Some of them got woolly hair just like me, okay? Cuba, the Manassites, okay, same thing. The Gadites, You know what I mean? Like if you do the history and pull up these records and pictures, they have woolly hair. Okay. And this is the power that we serve. His vibe is just like our vibe. Basically, he wants us to know that he's rolling with us and nobody else. Okay. Just by the description that he gave Daniel, the vision, it's letting you know that your power looks like you. And that's why the world hates you, because they hate your power. You know what I mean? Like, why do we always have to deal with, you know, how our hair looks? You can't even go and work in corporate America and they're going to tell you to do something with your hair. Our sisters, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll tell her real quick, she's got to, you know what I mean? Her hair does not fit the standard of the, you know, policy of the workplace. You know what I mean? Like, and that's all just because they hate you and they hate your God. Okay. And they want you to love their God. Okay. So they can be supreme over you. Anybody who worships, if I worship a white God, then I might as well be worshiping the white people, because that my God looks like them. That's not what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need to be. Okay. We need to be holy and separate. And that's what our power require of us as a people. But we have to go out here as men of the Lord and wake them up and bring them into the knowledge of who they are and teach them. Okay. So we could drop that. Let's go back to the book of Matthew. Where were we? Chapter 1. Matthew chapter 1. And now we will go ahead and look at Yahushua, okay? Who, and you know, and Yahushua, Christ was like, he was the best brother, you know, to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that any brother can have, any sister could have. That was Yahushua, okay? He was the best brother that anybody in our family could have, okay? And that's why the Lord chose him to be over Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He was such a good brother, he gave his life, okay? Christ gave his life so you can get your life together, so you don't have to die in thermonuclear warfare, so you can come back to the understanding of who you are, who your God is, because we don't know who our God is. We were born into this condition. We was born into Christmas. We was born into Thanksgiving. Okay, we was born into all of these things. But once you hear a man of the Lord tell you that you need to separate yourself from those things, okay, and learn how to serve your God, then you need to hear that man and what he's saying to you, okay? Because that's the only way, that's the true way to getting out of this hell that we're in on earth, okay? Hell is not a place under the earth where you go after you know what I mean, you don't serve the white man the way he wants you to serve him. Hey, shalom, Officer Itazal. No, sorry, Christ. So, you know, first we started off talking about, you know, this shooting that just happened in Texas, okay? And what me and the trooper was talking about, and what I got out of it is, what I told him is like the biggest thing, because his statement was this proves that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're all going through it. Whatever we're going through, they go through. Whatever they go through, we go through. And I totally agree with that. Okay, but the thing is, like, the hardest part is the separation that has happened to us. Okay, and now it's super hard for us to go out here and tell the tribe of Manasseh, okay, that they're our brothers and sisters. Okay, to go out and tell the tribe of Ephraim or the tribe of Manasseh that we should be together in one family. Okay, it seems to be one of the biggest stumbling blocks for us, because the trooper said we gotta get ourselves, we gotta come together. We gotta come together and get it right. This is the problem. This is the problem, that the separation, also the worship of white Jesus. Okay, the worship of white Jesus tells you that it's not. Hey, shalom, trooper. Y'all Bashim Yashabak.
Shalom, y'all Bashim.
Hold one tight. Let me turn this down here a little bit.
Yeah, he came in strong, like Moses, like lawyer.
Yeah, Christ, I know.
Yeah, right.
But
Most High crazy. What I say?
Yeah, like we were born into this hell, to this confusion that God loves everybody, okay, and that we all should get along, no matter how much, I murder you, you should forgive me. It blows my mind when I hear black people say, I hear them on syndicated television, high-minded black people saying we just have to teach them how to love us. You know what I mean? Like,
if I could,
go ahead.
If I may, how long does it take someone to to learn how to love? I mean, if we're gonna go off of their logic, how long does it take to teach somebody how to love? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, look, we've been here for not so long, and we got it down packed, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking to myself. Like, they taught us.
Yeah.
They taught us that we had to love them, right? And we love them. But how did they teach us how did they teach us? What method did they use to teach us to love them? Because we didn't love them when we first came over here.
Right.
We did not love them. We fought them. We tried to kill them. We poisoned them. We ran away. You know what I mean? Like, we did not love them. So what method did they teach us for us to understand how to love them?
White Jesus.
Somebody tell me, what method did they teach us? What method did they use to teach us to love them?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Slavery, hard bondage.
Okay, that's the frame. That's the frame. What's in that frame?
This picture.
Right. True. Okay. All right. No, listen to the question again.
Okay.
What method did they use to make us love them?
Oh, Shalaki.
Go ahead.
Death.
Yeah, they killed us. They raped us. You know what I mean? Like, they burnt us alive.
Right.
Like, they did all these things to us till they broke our spirit. And now, 50, how many generations has it been? Now, all these generations later, we love, like, it. They don't even have to like stress it or nothing. What Chan said, beating us into submission. Correct. So, like, Now, when I hear somebody say we got to teach them to love us, maybe we should use the same. I'm not telling nobody to do it, but I'm just saying, like, if logic plays anything in this, you know what I mean? Maybe that's what they need. And listen, now that I think about it, guess what? That's what they're gonna get. Right? When Christ returns, that's what they're gonna get. And he said, anybody who don't want to serve me, bring them thither here and slay them before me. Okay? So they're gonna get the same thing that they gave us, but we're gonna give them twice as much, right?
I got it right here.
Come on with it.
All right. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 6.
Hold on, let me get there. 18 and 6.
Come on.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 6.
We can start at 4. Let's start at 4.
Yeah, start at 4.
Come on. The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the power hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works.
Right. Go ahead.
Come. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. And for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
That is white people today. This whole everything you just read is our oppressor, okay? But you know, this voice is crying out to black people, Hispanic people, Native Indian people, okay? This is, you know what I mean, like the precursor. Christ died so you could do this. Christ gave his life so you can come out of this. And you don't have to be partakers of the sin, the thermonuclear warfare, okay? You don't have to be a part of that, okay? Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Like what we're getting today is part of the plague. What happened today, that's a plague. Okay, that's punishment. And the Lord is saying, if we separate ourselves from these other people, these other nations, these other beliefs, okay, then we wouldn't be going through these things, okay? And the Lord would know that we are ready to serve him properly, and Christ will return, okay? For her sins have reached the heavens, and God has remembered her iniquity. Reward her even as she rewarded you. And that's what, you know what I mean? Like, that's the reward for everything that this oppressor has done to us. That's going to be their reward. What they give us, they're going to get it back. And not only are they going to receive it back, it'll be double. Okay? Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double her double according to her works. Everything, every hanging, every lynching, every rape, okay, all of that, they're going to get double what they did to us, okay? How much she had glorified herself. And that's what white people do today. You know, they glorify themselves to be, you know, the wise of the earth. They glorify themselves to be, you know, the strong and the wise, when they're just vagabonds. Okay? There are no people. And live deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. Like the Lord is saying, the Lord just told you to give her torment and sorrow. Okay, that's what these people over us got coming. And the Lord is requiring it from you. Okay? But first, before you can give it out, you got to get yourself together. Like the trooper said earlier, we got to get right. Okay? And that's the whole thing since 1969 that this school has been pushing for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to get right. Okay? It's time for us to get it together. Okay? Like Trooper Matthias said, we got to get it together. We got to get right.
Okay. Sir.
Go ahead.
If I may, can I bring a precept out for that too?
Come on.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 12, verse 12.
Hold on, let me get there.
Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12.
Isaiah 11 and 12.
Come.
Okay, 1 second. Isaiah 11 and 12. 11 and 12. Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Come. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the despair of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Man, that's what you was talking about, right? Us coming together, us getting right, okay? Like, and that's what I was bringing out earlier. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, black people don't like Mexicans. Mexicans don't like black people. You know what I mean? When in reality, we are one family. Like, we are one people, okay? And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. And that's, you know what I mean? Like, if you kind of think about it, you see that this ensign is happening right now. Okay, and that's why we have schools everywhere. Okay, we got schools, you know what I mean, throughout the four corners of the earth, because he is bringing back together the dispersed. Okay, we're the ones who was, you know, the outcast and sold on ships. Okay, we're the ones who were, you know what I mean, divided, and now the Lord is bringing us back together in His time. Because for me, it just can't happen fast enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it needs to happen today, yesterday. And the Lord is doing it like in His time. He's sifting us, okay? He's seeing who's worthy and who is not. And you know what I mean? Like, we just have to stand strong and keep fighting. You know what I mean? Like Captain Shawar Yala brought out the last night. You know what I mean? Like, we thought it would be over by 2000, you know, the year 2000. Okay? Some brothers gave up. You know what I mean? But we have to keep fighting. We have to keep going. And you know what I mean? Like, and endure until the end. Until this thing is truly, really over. Until you have to be that good fight until, you know what I mean? Like, you achieve that end result that you're looking for. Okay? That end result is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians ruling the earth. Okay?
Still like you, sir.
Go ahead.
If I may, can I pull out one more precept?
Come on.
Kawakan. The book Ezekiel 37 and 19.
Ezekiel 37 and 19. Okay, go ahead. Hold on.
Okay, you there, sir?
Go ahead.
Come. It's the book of Ezekiel 37, verse 19. Say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the fellow tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be and they shall be one in my hand.
One. That's like this because Ephraim was over the northern tribe. Okay, and then Judah was over, you know what I mean? The remnant of, what Benjamin and Levi, okay? And the Lord is basically, this scripture is saying he's going to bring us back together. We're not going to be divided anymore. We're not going to fight, you know what I mean, and not love one another anymore. Okay, we'll have brotherhood, okay, which is the law, okay? Love thy brother as thyself. Love thy neighbor as thyself, okay? So these are perfect precepts that the troop was bringing out, okay? In the fact that, we need to come back together, okay? We need to fix the brotherhood. And that's the whole thing. Like, the brotherhood has been broken, okay? The brotherhood has been broken. And it's up to us now today to fix it and get it back together. And this is the perfect precept what the Lord said he's going to do. But now we have to do it. We can't just wait for the Lord to do it. This ain't magic. There's work we have to go out there and do. We have to go out and like mend the relationship between the tribes, okay, and make up for the lack that we had before. I heard Commander General Yohana say one time, he said, we let the Mexicans down. We let Isupk down when blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians didn't, get signs and rally in the streets and, like really fight for our brothers and our sisters. We let them down. We let the Native Indians down when we did not, like we don't fight for them, okay? When those other tribes don't see us stand up for them, we let them down, okay? And in this school, we are trying to mend, okay, all the wrong that has been done between our brothers, our tribes, okay? And bring them back together like the Lord described right here in this precept, okay? So that's perfect what the troop is bringing out, okay? With us having to come back together. You got anything you want to add, Itazar?
Kind of, sir, if I could, like it's very reminiscent of last week. You know what I'm saying? Like what we was kind of covering some of this stuff last week. You know what I'm saying? And talking about not receiving the plagues of our enemies, and I believe we also went into like who your enemy is or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But basically based on the shooting that happened at the store, right? And I can't help but think like we talk about these things and then it goes on deaf ears. You know what I'm saying? And so like we bring it out, showing blacks and Hispanics that, like the trooper brought out, we got to come together as one people. But on top of that, we have to know who our enemy is. And you know what I'm saying? We got one common enemy. So it wasn't heard last time. So it was like the Most High had to bring it up again. You know what I'm saying? Sadly, he had to show us again how much we need each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I want to say.
Nah, that's heavy because you know what I mean. Like it goes to what Trooper was saying. You know, like whatever happened to me, then that's how we should feel. Like we should naturally feel whatever happens to Jamaica, nigga, that's happening to me. That's happening to Judah. Whatever happens to Issachar is happening to Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? Like we sit back and watch stuff happen to our brothers and sisters and be like, well, you know, it ain't me. You know what I mean? I'm not over there. I'm not there. When in reality, you are there. That's your family. That's your brother. That's your sister. That's you. They're doing that too.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Like they're gonna do it again.
Right.
Because we don't have no brotherhood. We don't know who we're supposed to be loving. And like you said, they don't know we got enemies. When it's the clearest thing in the day. Okay? Go ahead and read it for them. What is it, Deuteronomy?
Shoot, 28 and 68.
Yeah, we got enemies, man. We got enemies.
You know what I mean? I start at where to say hold on, let me see. What did it say? Oh man, I'm gonna just go ahead and read 68. But there's another one. It was a hard hitting one too, where it's like Deuteronomy 28 showing you like who your enemy is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 48 if I could. So,
all right, go ahead, man.
All right, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Most High shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Yeah, that's like you have to. Who had a yoke of iron on their neck? I think we have that. Don't we take that picture out at camp?
Yes, we do.
And the brother got the iron on his neck.
Yes,
I saw something on Facebook. They got like statues somewhere. I'm not sure where these statues are at, but they show like these sisters, okay, with like these yokes of iron on their neck, and from slavery. Okay, like first you have to know who you are.
Right.
We have to tell you who you are, and the best way to prove to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are is by showing them that God, through Moses, told his people that they would go into slavery with ships. And okay, so who else went into slavery with ships? God's chosen people, this was going to happen to them. Who else did this happen to? It happened to you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man.
Right.
And the people that did it to you, guess what? Read it again, Itazar.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Yep, until that, when it says until he have destroyed you, now what I was saying earlier, this is what he used to make us love him. Now we love him.
Right.
We're destroyed. We love the white man. And this is the method that he used. He put a yoke of iron on your neck. Your enemy did that to you. Okay? This is how he did it. This is how this method right here is the result of today, where you see black people, you know what I mean, saying God loves everybody. This is the method that he used right here. He put a yoke of iron upon your neck until he have destroyed thee. Now we're destroyed. We don't even know who we are. We think God loves everybody. And guess who did that to you? Your enemy. Not your friend, not your brother. Your enemy did that to you. Not your brother, but your enemy. So what you need to do is reconnect with your brother. Okay, love him again. And stop loving your enemy. And then what the trooper was bringing out earlier, then that's what's going to happen. Then we can come together. Then the Lord will get us out of this hell. But first we have to know who we are. And that's one of the biggest things, like I was telling the trooper, proving to them Hispanics who they are. You know what I mean? Like that we are one family. Okay?
Yeah, if I could drop down to 68.
Keep going.
Because like you said, it's like you
Go
said.
ahead. Go ahead, Isupk. Say what you want to say.
Kind of. Because like you said, you know, like we black people wasn't the only ones going on ships. You know what I'm saying? Like if y'all know about the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, you know what I'm saying? Those had Native Indian and Taino brothers and sisters on them boats, going back to Europe to be sold as slaves.
Right. The Indians were the first ones. Because when Christopher Columbus came over here, he didn't have slaves on the ship.
Right.
He came over here, got slaves, and took them back.
Right.
So who was those slaves?
Right. Well, right here in 68, sir.
Go ahead.
All right. Verse 68. And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Man, that's like, I don't see how when you read that to somebody, they don't, a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, I don't see how they don't get it. But guess what? Verse 48, they did their thing. Verse 48 over here where it said they destroyed us, that's why they don't get it. They're destroyed. They can't even see it. They can't imagine it. You've been destroyed by your enemy. And now when we try to tell you who your enemy is, bring out that you sold into slavery. You know what I mean? Like what do they say? They say, what do people say when you tell them that, you know what I mean? Like their mothers and fathers and forefathers were slaves. What do people say?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
They say that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. Forget about it. Which that's hard.
Move forward.
Yeah, move forward.
Yeah.
Move forward in this slavery. Okay, move forward in your bondage.
They say forget that. Forget, you know what I'm saying? But that was in the past. Forget about it, you know?
Right.
But meanwhile, those are the same people that say never forget 9/11 or remember the Holocaust.
Yeah, but like even our own brothers and sisters say that, Isupk.
No, they say, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. They say,
okay,
they
we'll turn around and say never forget the Holocaust, huh?
right. Kind of.
Don't forget 9/11.
Pray for Paris and Ukraine and everybody else.
Good,
you know, the Mexicans over there at the school, you know, whatever. Forget about that. That happened, what, 18 hours ago?
Yeah, that happened yesterday, man. You need to stop living in the past.
Come.
Okay.
Come.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
If I may, can I pull up a precept to back up what Officer Itazab was saying?
What you got?
We in the Apocrypha with the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10 through 11.
Okay, hold on.
Trooper got all the precepts. He trying to take that test.
I hear that.
Hey, give it up for him, man. He won it. You know what I'm saying?
Son of Christ. That's what Captain Shawar was talking about last night.
Just last night.
Okay, chapter 12.
Verse 10.
Where you at, Trooper?
Chapter 12, verse 10 through 11.
Oh yeah, that's a good one right there.
And we in the Apocrypha. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10 through 11. Never trust thy enemy.
That's it. Like if you can get them to understand okay, verse 48 and verse 68, if you can get them to understand who their enemy is, then you bust them in the head with this one. Go ahead.
Never trust thy enemy.
Never trust the oppressor, okay? If you Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, never trust your oppressor. Go ahead.
Come. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Verse
Like
11.
it's for sure. Like he just as sure as iron rust, the white man is wicked. Okay. The Bible calls him the wicked in the earth. The
vilest.
Say that again.
The vilest.
It said the earth was given into the hand of the wicked.
That's okay.
Right.
Not
like who
violence.
runs the earth?
Wow.
Okay, this is the wicked, your enemy. Keep going.
Come. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Man, that is heavy. Like this is who's that president that played the saxophone?
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. This is Bill Clinton. Like he's telling you, he's crouching. What does it say? It says, though he humble himself. I love little black children. I play the saxophone. I smoke weed. You know, he humbled himself to us. He basically said, "I'm just like y'all. I'm cool." Okay.
I even had sex with whores.
Like he stooped down. He came down to your level. Oh, I love black children. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yet take good heed and beware of him. Okay, because he's the one who made that law. Him and his wife, they made some horrible laws to kill black people. What was that, 10, 20 life? You know what I mean? Like Bill Clinton did a lot against black people, and they didn't even know it because he crouched down. Okay, he humbled himself. But
sir.
We shouldn't have never trusted him. Go ahead.
If I may, real quick, just a sidebar. His witch wife, she looks up to Margaret Sanger.
Right. Yes.
That's a public statement.
She's the one who called us super predators. She coined that. That's how. Listen, there is no way in the world she feels that way and he doesn't.
Right. If I could.
Go ahead.
Can two walk together unless they be agreed?
Yes, that's what, exactly.
Well, they married.
Right.
You done did all the walking.
She feels the way he feels. Okay. And he felt like we super predators, but he crouched down and he humbled himself. Okay. So just so black people can put him in a position to make millions of dollars.
And if I could,
they use us just to they eat deliciously off us, like the scripture we just read a little while ago. Go ahead, Itazar.
I'm so lucky. If I could, real quick, like, and it's crazy how black people don't see history repeating itself every time it repeats itself, because the same thing Bill Clinton did is the same thing Joe Biden did, and everybody voted for Joe Biden to get into office.
Right. Yeah. Like, I don't know, Joe Biden, he did it. He just did it not too long ago, and he openly called little black children roaches or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, how do you get that? Like, when before they even put him in office, they showed footage of, you know what I mean? Like, it was all over that stuff. But people still went and black people still went and sought his love just because they thought he was different from Donald Trump. Like, I don't see how. Like, at least Donald Trump, you know what I mean? Like, man's up to how he feel and what his beliefs. This guy, he did what we reading right now. He humbled himself and crouched down. And we weren't supposed to trust him. But black people trust white people. They love white people only because we've been destroyed.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I know the topic is on brotherhood, but I definitely gotta get another precept to go with.
It's called brotherhood. Like me telling black
true.
people to love each other and we should come together. That's brotherhood, man.
Yeah.
You know, all these laws in this book is brotherhood. Everything about this book is brotherhood for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and nobody else. This is how the Lord wants us to govern ourselves with each other.
You're right.
He also gave us how we should deal with the heathens. Okay? Like if I lend my brother something, I can't get it back with usury. But if it's a heathen, I'm getting my interest.
I'm right.
Okay? Go ahead.
So Salaki, so this is the book of Psalms, chapter 55. And we're gonna start at Salaki 19.
Okay. What's this one?
Where is that? And if you go to 21, it says his word smoother than butter.
Oh, okay. Good. Go ahead. Start wherever you want to start.
Kind of what kind. So I'm gonna start at verse 19. You know what I'm saying? To go with the precept that the trooper brought out. Verse 19. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old. Salah, because they have no changes, therefore they fear not God. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant. If I could, real quick, like if I may.
Go ahead, Zah.
Now, see, like this goes exactly perfectly with the whole Christopher Columbus scenario, because when he came to America, he came to what was called America today. You know, he saw the Taino people in the Blackfoot, Salaki, the Seminole people, and all those, you know, native indigenous people, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, these are some of the most, you know, peaceful people in the world, some of the most, you know, kind people in the world. I'm going to enslave them. You know what I'm saying? This is what was on his mind when he saw like what Psalm 55 says. You know what I'm saying? Like he put his, what does it say? Put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. Like our brothers tried to offer him gifts, you know what I'm saying? Tried to bring him in and treat him like guests. You understand? Because that's the type of people we are. We just a peaceable people. And he turned around and said, I'm going to put my hand against them. I'm going to put them in slavery. I'm going to take their land. I'm going to take all their treasure and their riches, and it's going to be mine. You know what I'm saying? That's who we deal with as a nation. That's our enemy. You should be furious when you hear about Christopher Columbus Day. You should be absolutely furious when they tell you that Christopher Columbus discovered America. You should damn near want to go and kill somebody because of these stories that you hear about how Christopher Columbus discovered America. And you should damn sure feel some type of way when you hear about your brothers being killed in an elementary school, man, or locked away in cages by the government. This should irritate your soul, and you should not be marching for abortion rights. You in the street marching for abortion rights while they're locking your babies up in cages, killing your babies nonetheless, and then killing them when they get he made it out the womb. Well, let's get him while he's in elementary. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Like these are the people that are your enemies, man. This is who you should be against, because this Bible right here, this King James Bible that every Christian reads and claims that they believe in, says that the man that is over us, these people that put us in slavery, you understand? He is a heartless, soulless beast. You understand? It says he hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Like, okay, Bill Clinton can play the saxophone, he smokes weed with you, and you know he's having sex with whores in his Oval Office. You know what I'm saying?
He's getting oral sex.
So you love him. You know what I'm saying? You love. He's invited to the cookout. Says you. You know what I'm saying? You throw a cookout. Bill Clinton is coming. Meanwhile, his wife is on the other end saying your child is a super predator, and that we need to have abortion in the and then you're gonna march for it because of what Deuteronomy 28 and 48 said with the yoke. They put that yoke around your neck, and this soul just ties all together, and which is why I just don't understand why we even have to break this down sometimes. But you know what I'm saying? Like that yoke destroyed you so much to where now Margaret Sanger does not have to say, let's keep this a secret from the niggas so they don't know we're trying to exterminate them. Now the niggas are going to march in the street so that they can have rights to kill their kids. So they can have the right to go and get into a school in some suburb area where Jimmy is going to bring a gun to school. You understand? It's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I think it's some more on this, if I may. So like,
Go ahead.
the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Listen,
That's exactly that ties into the one we just read perfectly, Isupk.
Kind of don't concert.
Most High in Christ. That's perfect.
Kind of don't concert.
You know, like, and what I'm sitting here thinking is this Bible has brotherhood in it, right? But
Right.
this brotherhood is not for everybody. The brotherhood that's in this Bible is not for everyone. It's only for the 12 tribes of Israel. And the 12 tribes of Israel has enemies. And this book tells us that. It describes your enemy to you. It told, like, just imagine if you were already told what was going to happen to you if you didn't do or keep this brotherhood. The Lord said, if you don't keep this brotherhood amongst yourselves, I'm going to send a people from afar, okay, and they're going to destroy you and put a yoke of iron on your neck until you are destroyed. What did the brother just say? Itazal Chance, could you read it?
Oh, kind of a concert. He said, he's talking about Christopher Columbus. He said they were the most He said they were the most peaceable people that would give you anything but their daughter, pretty much. And said he found something better than gold.
Yeah, he found good slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, shalom, brother. Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakatah.
Most High in Christ. Good to see you, warrior.
You as well, sir.
Okay. You got anything else you want to bring out, Itazal?
Sir.
All right.
I mean, if I could touch on what the brother just said, like that's how they see us as their money. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't see you as a friend, you know what I'm saying, or a lover, you know what I mean? They see you as a dollar sign, but we see them as someone who loves us because, you know, they give us. I mean, I just don't understand this. So I don't got nothing to say. So
I hear you, and this is one thing I kind of think about often. They have this law in their constitution that states that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are, what is it, 1/5 of a human being?
1/3, sir.
1/3. Okay,
Sorry.
1/3 of a human being.
No, Salaki, if I could, it's actually 3/5.
3/5 of a man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
3/5 of a man. Okay. So, but my thing is, why won't they ever take that out? and the only thing I can think of is they leave it in there because one day they want to be able to use it against you. This society is going to get to a point where they're gonna need a way to put you back into slavery, physical slavery again. They're going to try it. Okay, and they're going to use something like this. You're not even a human being. You're 3/5 of a man. That's in our Constitution. We have the right to, make you work for free or do this or do that. Why else would they not get rid of that? Like black people, man, we are just so destroyed. You know what I mean? Like to see all this stuff right in front of us. Your oppressor, the white man that you love, says you are 3/5 of a man.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
You're so right too, because like they have what's called amendments. I don't know if does anybody know? Can somebody give me the definition of amendment, Baba Kasha? Because they have amendments. America, they can go and change any law that they've made or any constitution that they've written. They can go and say, okay, we're going to amend this. They're doing it right now with Roe v. Wade. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to amend, what can and can't be done.
Reverse something. So why can't they reverse that?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's because this word is smoother than butter. You know what I'm saying?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Definition of amendment from Merriam-Webster's dictionary. The process of altering or amending a law or document, such as a constitution.
Perfect.
Colonel Khan.
What was said? Read it again, if you would.
Colonel Khan. The process of altering or amending a law or document, such as a constitution, by parliamentary or constitutional procedure.
Right. So this government that we are under, that we have joined ourselves to, refuse to acknowledge you as a human being, as a whole person. And you wonder why you got to say Black Lives Matter.
What life?
You're only 3/5 of a man. No, your life does not matter as much as the oppressor's lives matter. That's in their constitution.
It's like it. And that's why when you say Black Lives Matter, they say every other life matters too. They don't even say two. They don't even say two. They just say, well, any life matters but yours. A blue, what is a blue life? I don't know, but it's not black, so blue lives matter. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Where's the amendment for the 3/5 of a man? There's none.
So, like I was saying, this book, okay, this book is for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The brotherhood that's laid out in this book, how we should be with one another, how we should live. Okay, it's for us, our family only. Okay, but it does tell you about how to deal with your oppressor or any other nation that is outside of your family. So what we need to be doing, like the biggest thing, let's go to 1 John chapter 4, okay? Because to be able to get these laws and to understand how we're supposed to be operating, what we're supposed to be doing, first you have to have a conscious love, a conscious infinity for your God. The Black God, the God of the Negroes, the God of the, the Native Indians, okay? First, you have to love that God. And by you loving him, you're going to love the society and the rules that he set up for his chosen people. You can't love your brother first you have to love your God first. And by loving your God, then you can love your brother, because your God is going to show you and teach you how to love your brother. Because we're born into sin. Okay? So we need this power to show us and teach us how to love our brothers. Because if you don't have love for your brother, that's why then we're going to be in the condition that we're in now. Okay? Chance, you got it?
Slaki, sir. You said John 4 and what?
Verse 20.
4 and 20. Our fathers worship in this mountain, and ye say in Jerusalem, this place where men ought to worship. Yahushua said unto her, Woman.
That's you probably reading John. That's first John. First John.
Oh.
First John chapter 4 and verse 20.
I got it, if I could. Or
brother translates it up.
Okay. All right. Kind of.
You didn't. I said get a brother Chance. His name is Chance.
Hi.
I caught that. I was waiting for you to laugh first, sir.
I didn't mean nothing by that. But I was just.
No, I get it all.
I said it. But yeah, we have to love. That's the biggest thing. The biggest thing we got to understand is our God is not the white Jesus.
Come.
Our power is not white Jesus. Our power is not white supremacy. Our power is the black God, black supremacy. Okay? The God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And I know it's so foreign to us as a family to love one another, but that's what we're going to have to do. And we're going to have to learn to love one another as a family. Okay? So let's read 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20.
1 John 4 and 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he has said or has seen, how can he love the Most High, or God, who he has not seen?
Right. Like this is the plague that's in the Christian church. Okay? That Christian church teach you to say, you know what I mean, like you love God. But at the same time, they don't teach you to love your brother. That Christian church teach black people to hate each other. They teach you to hate your brother.
Right.
To love your oppressor.
Right.
They teach you that. Like, you know, so many times I think of it, I hear it in my head how, you know, General Muhammad, he said all the time, you know, like niggas hate each other. You know I saw one class, you know, he's like, who's making that noise? Niggas. I can't stand niggas. You know what I mean? Like, and he's like, okay, if you would change my color skin and I said that, wouldn't I be racist? Wouldn't I, you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't you be saying I hate black people? So black people don't understand when you saying that stuff, when you're acting this way, you hating your brother. Right? This church teach you to look down on brothers and sisters.
Right.
They stub their nose up. If you don't have, you know, pointy shoes on and tight slacks, okay, and a tie, then you know what I mean? Like they'll look at you like you're next to nothing. why don't they get a job?
Right.
They say everything the oppressor says, they say it.
Right.
Why don't you learn to, you got to help yourself. How the heck can I help myself when the system is designed against me? I can't, you know what I mean? Like, that's why so many brothers and sisters on drugs. It's a hard fight, man, to just get through, the maze of white supremacy, just so you can have, like support yourself. And the Christian church is the ground zero for that plague, teaching black people to hate each other. How the heck can you tell me you love God when you hate niggas? This is the God of niggas. It's the nigga God. Keep reading, brother.
That's right.
Keep reading. If you're reading, you're on mute.
Slack yourself.
Go ahead.
And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also.
Right. That's it. Like, this whole book is designed to show black people how to love each other. This book is our, what you just said it was, the white our Constitution. This book is full of constitutional rights for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay? So if you say you love God, you have to prove it. And how can you prove it? How do you prove as a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian that you love the black God? How do you prove that?
Slack it, sir.
Go ahead.
By having brotherhood.
That's true. Those are not the words that I was looking for, but the brotherhood, you have to have brotherhood, and the only way you can have brotherhood is to love your brothers. You love blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that's brotherhood. Okay? And like I said earlier, Christ was the best brother any black, Hispanic, or Native Indian could ever want. He was the best brother anybody could want. Okay? Christ did not love the other nations.
So like this, sir, I was gonna say it would be keep the commandments and love your brother as yourself.
Exactly.
Christ said.
Exactly. That's perfect. Okay.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Can I bring a precept out? Speaking on Christ being the ultimate brother.
Right, man. Get what you got.
Come on, sir.
What
This
you got?
the book of John 13 and 34.
Okay, hold on. Christ was like the brother just said, Christ was the ultimate big brother. John chapter 13. And 34. Yep.
Come. This is the book of John, chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
Keep going.
Come, verse 35. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another.
Man, that's like Christ came on the scene. All right, so imagine you got a big brother, right? And he he's telling you like he had to run. He got a lot of little brothers and sisters, and he's like, look, y'all. He always telling the brothers and sisters, man, y'all gotta love one another. Y'all gotta treat each other right. This, that, and third. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all gotta be good to one another. And then he leaves. He leaves for a while. Okay, and then he comes back, and he sees his brothers and sisters are not loving one another. They're not treating each other the way he taught them to. So now he has to say, what does he say to them?
Come. A new commandment I give unto you.
Let's start all over. Now we got to all over. I'm going to tell you, this is new because you obviously didn't get it when I told you the first time. What I taught you before, you obviously didn't get it. They didn't understand the Old Testament. They didn't get it. It's already been told. But Christ got us. This is new. For blacks, for Issachar, okay, for Benjamin, for Levi, for Judah, for Manasseh, Ephraim, okay, Gad, Reuben, there's something new. This is new to us. In 2022, it's got to be new because all we've been doing is hating one another. We've been hating each other. We've been taught to hate each other. So now there's a new commandment. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. You know what? You have to get the brainwashing off. You have to get all the scum that America has put on your brain and wash it off. So you can see Christ was not sent here to love everybody. Christ was only sent here to love blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And now he's got to give us a new commandment and tell us to love one another again. And, again, with the Christian church, in the darn whole world, really, everybody say they follow Jesus Christ. Everybody say they follow Christ. Basically, they're saying they are a disciple of Christ. Because if you follow somebody, you're their disciple. You're doing what that person do. You're being taught by them. You're following them. You're a disciple. And Christ said, if black people love one another, that's how you know that they are a disciple. They follow him. This is how you know you follow Christ, by doing everything he did. This is being a disciple, following Christ and doing what he did. Christ loved black people, Hispanic people, and Native Indian people. He loved them so much he died for them. Now, I'm not saying you got to die for your brother today, but you should be ready to if you have to. We should be willing to die for one another. We all got to die. It's coming. Like, I want to die a righteous death. If the Lord don't make it for me to just lay down and go to sleep in my bed, then I want to die fighting for my brothers and sisters, standing up for them, loving them. Okay? That's what Christ said to do. That's how you know you follow Christ. Not only did he die for us, but if you want to be a disciple, you have to keep the Passover. You have to keep all the high holy days. You have to teach your brother. You have to rebuke them. You have to do all the things Christ did when he walked the earth and served the Lord perfectly. If you say you follow Christ, that's what you should be doing. You should be doing everything that he did. That's a disciple, a follower. You go left, I'm going left. You go right, I'm going right. Okay? That's a good precept.
Slack you, sir.
Go ahead.
It was heavy that you said, you know, he put his life on the line, right, for his brothers and sisters. And I got a precept, if I may, for that.
Come on with it.
Come on. We gonna be in the book of John, chapter 15.
John is a heavy book, boy. I like the book. I like John, boy. Chapter 15.
Come on. Verse 12 through 14.
Mm-hmm.
This the
bringing
book
out all the bedrock, hard-hitting script precepts.
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 12 through 14, in the red. This is my commandment that ye get Salaki. This is my commandment that ye love one another, as I have loved you. Yeah, that's man. Like it's sometimes it's hard for me to understand. You know what I mean? Like people say every black person say they love Jesus. They believe in Jesus. They love Christ, but they're not doing nothing he said to do. Like even the one we read and said, like if you say you love God, people say they love God, they believe in God, but they don't do nothing he say to do. It's crazy to me. Like, why would you not like? When I found out, you know what I mean, like the laws were not done away with, in my mind, I was like, that's why we jammed up. As soon as I heard it, I was like, that's why we jammed up. Like, how can you expect a father to do something for you and you're not following his rules? You're not doing the basic, simple things that he laid down for you to do. Keep reading. And they're not grievous. Verse 13.
The things he said to do, they're not grievous.
Come.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Right. Now, your friend is another Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. Okay? Not anybody. Christ didn't love everybody. Okay? Keep going.
Come. Verse 14. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you.
Now, this scripture is hardcore because it's Christ out of his own mouth. Out of his own mouth. He's saying you have to do what he say to do. And he didn't only do it. He didn't just talk the talk. Christ walked the walk. He kept all the commandments. He loved brothers and sisters.
If I may.
I really don't know how, you know what I mean, Black people don't see it. Go ahead, Itazar.
If I could, I just wanted to pull another scripture precept for this. Which, all of these, the whole, like you said before, the whole Bible is teaching you, brother.
The whole book is for a family of people. This book was designed to hold a family of people together. That's what is the whole purpose of this book is to hold a family together. And the moment we left this book, it broke up our family. Now we are scattered through the four corners of the earth, okay? And black people don't care what happened to their brother Benjamin. It's like Judah don't care what happened to his brother Benjamin. Benjamin don't care what happened to his brother Zebulon. Zebulon don't care what happened to his brother Issachar. It broke up our family, man. Not following this book broke up our family.
And if I may, like what you're saying is so heavy and it's so to the point of what we dealing with right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had discussed how, you know, last week it was the store, right? The top store where it was mostly black people. It was mostly, you know, Negroes that was the victim. Now it's this school and it's mostly Hispanic brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said earlier, you know what I'm saying? We going through the same plagues, we going through the same curses, you know what I'm saying? And we can't see it mostly due to the Christian church, but the father of the Christian church, the white man, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we need to start seeing each other as brothers again. That's what this should show you. It should show you that what's happening on this side of the language barrier is happening on this side of the language barrier as well. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that language, because we was taught different dialects or different languages by our oppressors, don't let that divide us, because this Bible says that we should love each other. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have to come together and love each other again. You know what I'm saying? As you would your own people or as you would yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to bring up Mark 12 and 31.
Okay. That's man, you right on point though. Like we you know what I mean? Like the only way that we're gonna do it is we have to tell them. We have to tell brothers and sisters. We have to go out and show them, you know what I mean, with what happens to you is happening to me. You know what I mean? Like the Lord, it's all, man, the Lord he doing it so perfectly. You know? Oh, you don't care, you know what I mean? Like it happened to brothers, it happened to the tribe of Judah, and none of the other tribes reacted. Now it happened to, you know what I mean, the Hispanic brothers, nobody else is reacting. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely right on it, Itazal. That's, man, heavy, man. Go ahead.
The book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 31. Salakia. 29. So like I'm starting 29. And Yahushua answered him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second, kind of, if you want to go ahead and jump on it, sir.
Nah, I mean, like, it's just so heavy, you know what I mean? Like, this is the first thing. Like this, there can't be anything else above this. You know what I mean? There can't, basically you have to love what's in this book. You have to love what's in this book. If this book says the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, you gotta love that. Okay? If you don't love what's in here, you don't love your God. Okay? It starts with you loving everything that's in this book. Okay? If you don't agree with Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated, you don't love God. Okay? You got to love what's in this book. That's the first commandment. That's where you got to get yourself, that's where you start at. Okay, loving everything you hear in this book. And like, it's a struggle, it's a fight to teach black people to love God's words, to love what he said. These are not our words. We say it all the time. We read right out of the book. Keep going, Itazar. You can start from the top.
The book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 29. And Yahushua answered him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. So like, if I could, sir,
Go
real
ahead.
quick, like just to touch on that first sentence, you know what I'm saying? Like, here, the Lord our God is, well, it's talking, first of all, it's talking to Israel. It's talking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And guess what? We got one God. Our God is the same. He's the one nigga God, the God of blacks, the God of Hispanics, and the God of Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? This is the Lord our God is one, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these.
There's no greater commandment than loving another nigger, wetback, spick. There's nothing greater than that besides loving their God. And it's so crazy. Like we read it, Itazab, and you're right. It's like it says Israel. Oh, Israel, not oh Edom. Okay. Give me another nation, not oh
Ham or Canaan.
Ham. What was our other brother name?
Moab.
Elon,
Or
What was
Ishmael.
Ishmael? It doesn't say those names.
Japhet.
It says Israel. That's all it's talking to. This book is to one family, man. One race of people. Man, I don't, man. Like Hispanic or Native Indians, we have to love our God. We have to love the nigger God, that one God, like Officer Itazar brought out. We have to love that one God, the God of Israel.
Kind of, so like if I could as well.
Go ahead, Itazar.
Okay, so like it, you know what I'm saying? And then double that up with loving your brother. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you gotta love niggas, man. You gotta love spicks, you gotta love wetbacks. So take that love, like we read in John, you know what I'm saying, like in First John, like in all the Johns, you know what I'm saying? You take that love that you got for the Most High, if you say you have, you say you love the Most High. I was speaking to a sister today at the post office, and she asked me about, I was just making conversation with her. She asked me about the last name of the person that I'm sending stuff to. We don't deal with last names in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is something bun something, you know what I'm saying? So so she was talking about the last name. She was like, everybody got a last name. So have a conversation. I was like, your last name is just letting you know that you belong to a slave owner. And she was like, oh, I don't belong to nobody but Jesus Christ. I'm like, well, there you have it. Like, we all belong to Jesus Christ, and we all gotta love Jesus, but we don't gotta love each other.
Wow.
We ain't gotta love each other. We don't have to, make eye contact with brothers when you walk past them on the street. You don't gotta, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta. You see a nigga and you say, that nigga think he better than me or something. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what we was taught in church. I've seen
Right. That's what I was just thinking what General Muhammad said. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stand niggas.
Yeah. We was taught that. We was taught that from a young, and it started off as just seeing. You know how we learn as children. We learn by seeing things, and then we start asking questions, and then we get told things, and now it starts to all add up. You know what I'm saying? We saw how sister so and so would make those faces at other sister so and so because her hat was better than hers.
Hey, you saw your mama do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, facts.
You saw your grandmama do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's who you sitting next to. That's who face you looking in. You know what I mean? Like, that's who you saw do it. Your mama, your grandmama, your auntie, you know what I mean? And like, we have to save, and just, I was going to say, we got to save these sisters from the church. And it made me think of what Captain Shawariyala said last night.
Good.
Man, we gotta be. I gotta be Officer Saber.
Officer Saber ho. Gotta do it.
Oh my goodness.
Save these hoes, man.
And you know, like he broke down. Now, let me tell you, like he broke it down last night. It's not just, you know what I mean, sisters. Right. You know, because these brothers out here are being bigger whores to the white man than these sisters can be. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers are being all the faggotism that you can see coming off these brothers trying to love the white man for $1. You know what I mean? Be right up under him and agree with everything he say and love everything about him instead of loving your God, instead of loving your brothers. You rather love the oppressor.
Right.
You know why? Because they don't want to put in no work. They don't like, it's easy to just go along.
The life of a Christian is easy, sir.
It's easy just to go, like our oppressor has this society set up, and all you got to do is just go with the flow. Get a job, kiss his butt, talk, you know, wear tight pants, you know what I mean? Like, all you got to do is jump in, you know what I mean? Like, just jump in and just go, you know what I mean? Like, when what we did was we came to a complete stop, okay? We are fighting traffic right now because I'm going in the total opposite direction.
Salakia, okay, sir.
Go ahead.
If I could, it's so heavy what you're bringing out. Like my mama, she always be pressing me about my hair, you know, because since I came in the truth, I got rid of the dreads, started growing out my hair, right? And I was like, Ma, like every single time I come over, she pressing me about this hair. I'm like, Ma, like I got kids, I'm grown, everything like that. What is it about this hair that you know? She's like, you know, you just won't be able to get a job, you know.
Yeah,
that's a good night, Ma. Like,
you're not gonna keep your job.
You're not gonna keep your job.
You know what I mean? Like, you are out of line, out of order. Right. She know how the system run.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and what she don't understand is you look like your God. You look like the greatest man that ever walked the earth.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And that's what we need to fall back in love with. Because right now we are in love with that other image. Okay.
Right.
Go ahead.
Salakia, sir. Like, ooh-wee. Like this, what that brother just brought another precept into mind that goes perfect with everything we saying. You know what I'm saying? I know Mata, y'all got one. You know what I'm saying?
I got one loaded right now.
I got one waiting too.
You know what I'm saying? This is well, we're gonna go to Jeremiah chapter 2.
Battle of the precepts. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I love it, man, because like you know, like we all got our different precepts, but we all on one accord at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And like in the Christian church, you're not gonna get like the pastor. He got a slew of scriptures that he gonna read that pertain to his point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or he gonna make them
He got that slave Bible.
Right.
Right.
Slave precepts.
Right.
Right.
He got the slave precepts, right.
He got the slave precepts.
He ripped out. He totally ripped Psalms 83 out and Deuteronomy 28 and 6. Yeah, he ripped that out the book completely.
Don't need this.
Right. I don't need it. What is this in here for? I don't need it. Get rid of it. You know what I'm saying?
It is real.
Right. But it's not me. It's the book of Jeremiah. Right.
Right.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2.
Jeremiah chapter 2.
Verse 33.
Yeah, I'm right. Verse 33. Y'all forgive, the background noise.
Nah, it's no sweat, man. We all got, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even think twice about it. We all got,
Okay.
somebody in the background.
You know what I mean? All right,
not
so
a big deal like this, dog.
come
Trust me, don't even sweat it. Where you at?
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33, sir.
You want the trooper to read it?
Yes, please, Baba Kasha.
Trooper, Chance. Oh, you're not a young man, Chance. Okay.
You working on it. Give him a chance. like that's gonna stick.
Yeah. All right, so if you would read Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 33.
Jeremiah 2 and 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Man, if I may, I see, this is the good one. Is most time. Wow, man, this is wow. Man, this is a good one. Man, this is a good one. Because boy, I see the way, man, I see how our brothers are in the world. And like when I see them trimming their ways to maintain a paycheck, okay, to maintain it ain't they just try to maintain the way they like their vibe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they have to look
right
like they are part of this culture.
Like
you know what I'm saying? Like they gotta have no hair on their face, tight pants, you know what I mean? Like tight shirt and talk a certain way. You know what I mean? Like they trim off all the fringes, they trim off all the beard, they trim off all the niggerism about themselves to seek love from somebody who hates you,
right? From
your enemy,
right?
Go ahead.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
It just reminds me of the past weekend when we was out and we were seeing all the brothers. We wasn't even there 10 minutes. We saw all the brothers out there on the skateboards with tight pants and all that.
Oh man,
just living life with Esau.
Yes. Right, when you down in the city. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Laying on the grass. Laying on the grass.
Wow. Man. Like all you would have to do, you know what they should do? They should go home and put that white, you know how white people put the black face? They should put white face.
Right.
Because if they did that, you wouldn't know that they were, you know what I mean? Not an oppressor.
Right.
Especially that one brother we saw, he had the funny baggy pants on that they wear, the little shoes they wear, and his skateboard. It's like, man, he trimmed everything from himself.
He was going right.
Like, he don't even look. You know what I mean? Like, he totally threw his culture in the garbage can, so he can get some white friends, so he can have some white tail, so he can white food. White money, white love. He took everything away from himself that distinguished him as a human being.
Damn. Meanwhile, my bad.
And now he looks like what are those people the caveman call
a troglodyte.
A troglodyte. He's trying to look like the troglodytes. He's trying to look like a caveman.
Good night.
Yeah.
And if I could, sir,
Go ahead.
if he loved his brother like he loved himself, he would just be a nigga. He would just be a nigga.
But he hate niggas.
He hate niggas.
I bet you when a nigga come around and he's with that crowd of people, he's the first one to say, "Oh man, look at those niggers." What?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I hate niggers. He's gonna be the first one to say it. His white friends, you know what I mean? Like, it don't even really bother them.
Right.
They love niggas, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Because now he's standing out in the crowd.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that self-hate he have, he see his brother, and he just can't help but react. The hate he have for himself, he have for them too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's gonna let his oppressor know.
Right.
Oh, I hate myself. I hate niggas.
Right.
You know?
Listen, if I may, real quick, because this is a story. And it's lucky to resign. Just remember what you was about to say.
No, I got you.
Because it's funny because it was man. We was in this restaurant. Me, Shrazazar, and a brother who won't be named. And we was eating.
You changed the name of some people in this story to protect the innocent.
Protect their identity or something. But listen, we in this restaurant.
Fake behind brothers.
Yeah, for real, man.
Go ahead.
We was in the restaurant and we see this group, like group is an understatement. It was like a gang of white people, right? And there was one brother. It was just one. And they eating, you know what I'm saying? We noticed them and we noticed that they was noticing us.
Right.
Because we had on our regular old attire on. And so, you know, they looking at us or whatever, and we noticing like, man, I don't know, watch them because they eyeing us and stuff like that. So we just watching and we cooling, we eating. Then they leave, and the whole group walked past us. The whole group walked past us, except for the brother. The brother, he lingers behind. He's like, hey man, you know, me and my friends, we just wanted to say, man, we think you guys look cool. Like, we like your outfits and stuff. And I'm like, who's we? Because you're the only one standing there. I'm like, who's we? He's like, oh, me and my friends.
Oh my God.
Okay. Where they at? I don't hear them saying that we look cool.
Right.
And he was like, oh, they're outside. They were kind of scared. And I'm like, oh, okay. So they sent the one nigga to come check out the scary niggas
my goodness.
who might kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what being a lover of your oppressor is gonna get you, man.
Right.
They'll send you. You'll be the lackey. You'll be the one that go checks on, you know, the situation while they make their getaway. You know,
and like what you're saying is so crucial because he didn't feel like he was a nigga. But he felt like I got enough courage to talk to these niggas.
Yeah.
But I'm not a nigga.
Right.
So
not one of you guys. He wouldn't stop. Like, that's
look, he didn't say, like you said, like he said we.
Yeah.
Like he's with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it's a collective.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
it's a collective thought. It's a collective thought. It's not his thought.
Right.
Thought.
Right. Their thoughts is his thoughts. His thoughts are their thoughts. So therefore, he hate his brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. He wouldn't have stopped. He would not have stopped and you know told us, because he was starting to like just leave like the rest of them. But the collective thought was, no, we gotta tell them how cool they is. So hey, you know, what's a good nigga name?
Daquan.
Yeah, hey, Daquan. Hey, Daquan. Hey, you know, go tell your people, man, you know, you like their outfits.
Hey, you know what I mean? Like, you could have been, you know what you should have done? You should have said, look here, man, you could be just as cool as I am. You know what I mean? You could be just as, you can have people stop and say they like your outfit just like you're doing to me. Here's the phone number, call it, and you know what I mean? Like, I'll get
we
you
definitely,
out. You know
yeah, we definitely gave the brother a flyer, man. But
Most time Christ.
I had to let him know, like, yo, Like you see
Who
how
knows?
like
Maybe someday
yeah.
he'll find it crumbled up under something and pull it out and decide to actually call somebody. You know what I mean?
Right. What?
More time
No, he was
passes.
like a flyer. What is this thing? I don't need this. What's this doing in here?
You probably went out and showed everybody, hey
Right.
guys, look at this. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So I hear you, man.
No, Becky threw it away for him.
That's just a good example, though. That's
I don't
a real
think they
good
was there.
example
Mhm.
of us trimming our ways to get love from your enemy, from your oppressor. You will change everything about yourself. You will change your whole spirit, your whole vibe,
Right.
just to be accepted, because you're never going to be loved by them, man.
Right.
You know, like it'll be like we read earlier. You know what I'm saying? They will humble themselves and crouch down. You know what I mean? But in reality, they hate you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is what we gotta go out here and wake brothers and sisters up and let them know that they don't need to trim their ways to try to get love from our oppressor. If you would, Chance, read it from the top.
Okay. Jeremiah 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
Wow.
Also,
hold on. That's kind of what they did to you, Isupk.
Right.
They came and got some of what you was doing and what you about, and they went and taught. You know what I mean? Like they went to show his friends.
Yeah.
He went and showed them what it was about. Taught them what you was about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't desire to be that. He desired to be something else and to teach somebody else how you roll. You know what I'm saying?
It's
How
like
you get down.
it's like it. Also, you know what I'm saying? Because yes, that's right. And I don't want to take away from what you said, but also too, like how we will, like everybody know black people the best basketball players, best rappers, best everything, right? But then we'll show Bill Clinton how to play the saxophone, and then he'll become, oh my God, it's the greatest saxophone player ever because he's white and he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Or that he can dunk like that. Oh man, that's the greatest dunker. Eminem can rap. He's the greatest rapper alive.
We'll show Eminem how to rap.
Right.
And now he's better than you.
Yeah.
He makes more money than you. He's the best rapper when he's garbage.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
I got a precept on topic whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 6.
Matthew
Give not
chapter 7, verse 6.
Colonel Khan.
Okay.
Colonel Khan. Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs.
That's what Christ. Man. Remember Christ called that woman a dog. He said it's not meat. It's not good for me to give the children's bread to dogs. Okay. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan. Neither cast ye your pearls before swine.
Right. That's that's like saying, you know what I mean? Like, don't go giving. It's the same thing. Don't go giving what is holy to you and to, you know what I mean, no people, a troglodyte.
Right.
Okay. What the Lord has ordained for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that's who it's for. Did I mess it up, Isupk?
No. It was just funny. I'm like, man, that's
again, troglodytes.
No, you're right. I was just laughing because that's your new word, man. That's your new favorite word.
Okay.
Like
we did. Guess who else did that? The Native Indians did that, Isupk. Okay. Right. They gave everything that they had. They knew how to survive. They knew how to dress. They knew how to cook and all that, and they gave that to the oppressor, to you know what I mean, no people. When we should have just let them die. Okay.
Slocky, if I may too.
Go ahead.
The Latino brothers did that for the conquistadors too, when they was coming over there, and the Amazons and all that.
Yeah, because
Gave
like
the whole
Son said
agriculture
earlier,
away.
man, we are peaceable people.
Right.
Like all we want to do is be love and harmony, and you know what I mean. Like, but our oppressor, he does not think that way. Like all he thinks is bloodshed, murder, conquer. Like that's what's in his mind. That's how he was designed. That's the Lord made him for a purpose, a whipping tool to get your black behind together. So don't think it's something strange that he's like that. The Lord created him for a purpose. And that purpose is to get you in line. Okay.
Slocky, if I may, I have a precept. Just
Go
speaking
ahead.
on that too, if I may.
Come on with it.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, verse 5 through 7. Because it's heavy what you were saying, sir. You know, even on what Officer Atazar was saying, how, we trying to appease our oppressor all the time. And this is the one reason why we are appeasing our oppressor. Going back, we'll Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler.
Salakia. You my bad, not to cut you off, but you talking about Ecclesiastes in the Bible?
Concert.
In the
Oh, okay. I thought you said Ecclesiasticus.
Salaki. Salaki.
Yeah, no sweat. Go ahead.
Come on. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
And that's heavy. I mean, like that's definitely what's going on today. And for the way our God feels about it, this is an evil. Okay, this is evil to our God. So guess what? It should be evil to you to even want to be equal to somebody who, you know what I mean, like who is not in your family.
To a troglodyte.
Yeah, to a troglodyte. You want to be equal to a troglodyte, okay? That's evil. Okay? You should only desire that for another Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. No one else. Okay? This is an evil which I've seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. Okay? Like our rulers push this agenda that we should be equal to everybody. Our rulers tell us we should, you know what I mean, love everybody. God loves everybody. Which is folly, is set in great dignity, in the rich set in low place. I have seen service upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. The whole thing is flipped upside down.
Right.
And it's folly. Okay?
And so, like I said, if I may, it goes even to the extension that they even made a whole if I don't know if y'all could see it, but they even made a whole statue of that very thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's Theodore Roosevelt outside the museum. They made a movie about the damn thing. Night at the Museum.
And you have Judah on one side, and then you have
Mhm.
Gad on the other side.
Mm-hmm. That's so crazy how like they flaunt in your face the way they destroyed you. They make movies about it, like you said, Isupk. They make movies about it. We killed them niggas. We destroyed them. What did it say
Oh
in
my
Deuteronomy? Till you be destroyed.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Salakia. I'm just realizing that in that movie, Theodore Roosevelt fell in love with Sacagawea.
Right.
With
Wow.
who?
Sacagawea was like a famous Gadite sister.
Oh, I already knew it. Oh, I knew it. Like they man, white people can't wait to get their lust off on us, man. And I promise you, as soon as you turn away from them, you're a nigga. But they will have sex with you all day and night. But as soon as you turn away from them, you're a nigga. That's word smoother than butter, but war is in their heart. If you can satisfy their lust and their desire, they can eat and get rich off of you. Then you all right. You all right. You one of the good ones. You're not like what was the name y'all used, Lil Ag? What was the brother name you said?
The Quan.
Yeah, you're not like the Quan. You're not like the Quan in them. You one of the good ones. But as soon as your vibe is like Jaquan's, oh, you a nigga. Now you just a nigga. I always knew you was a nigga. Well, guess what? I did too. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's what they did to us. That's what they did to us.
If I could, man, zoom in on them brothers, man. And if I may, read that scripture one more time, Baba Kushai.
Come. There is an evil.
This right here. This is evil. But your Christian church ain't gonna tell you that. They're gonna tell you go visit the museum. You know what I'm saying? Go take a picture in front of this statue where your brothers are being dragged around by this horse as servants. Go ahead.
Come, which I have seen under the sun.
Yeah, this is right here on earth. This evil right here is right here on earth, man. Go ahead.
Come, as an error which proceeded from the ruler.
Mm-hmm.
Folly is set in great dignity,
Mm-hmm.
and the rich sit in low place.
Right, we are the rich, man. You know what I'm saying? The scripture that says, I know thy poverty, but thou art rich. That's us. That's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's the Gadites. You understand? That's the so-called Native Indians. That's the Mexicans, man, who you look at as S-hole country people. You know what I'm saying? Who you look at as rapists and they belong in caves. Those are the rich, man. Those Haitian brothers that you saw and you let them starve and thirst to death under a bridge, those are the rich, man. And what it say? That they do what?
They have Salakia, and the rich sit in low place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because now we done went against our power, right? So now we got to take low, man. Now we're the slaves in this kingdom. Now we're the ones who gotta beg for a morsel of meat. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones who gotta go to Walmart, go to all our oppressors, what's it called, establishments, and get our food and water from them, buy our clothes from them, buy our cars from them, making them rich while we suffer and get poorer. You know what I'm saying? The rich sit in low places, right? Read on.
Come, verse
And
7.
look at this proud devil. You know what I'm saying? And the truth behind this picture is that he stole that woman. He took her up out of her land and raped her, man. You understand?
Right.
He took her away from her people. When he's nothing but a devil, man. And she's the rich on the earth. He doesn't belong on that horse. You understand? But we're gonna get into it. Read on.
Come, verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses.
Right. He's a servant. Don't look at this man with this funny, goofy chin, you know what I'm saying, hairless chin and that big caterpillar mustache and think that he's something special. You understand? He's a servant. Get that, understand that. If you're a Christian and you believe in the Bible, this is what your Bible is calling this man right here, a servant, a slave. That's the only thing he's worthy of. You understand? If you're somebody in the world, understand that this person that you see right here is not the best thing that ever walked the earth. A black man is named Yahweh Shai, Jesus Christ.
That's
You
right.
understand? This is a slave you see, and he's carrying a princess on his horse, man. He's taking away one of our beautiful sisters, man, on the back of this horse. This is the imagery they paint for your children. This is a Disney movie, am I right?
Con.
Right.
Okay.
This is what they.
Not
This
at
is
the
the,
museum.
yeah. This is what they paint. This is the type of imagery. Oh, come to think of it, Pocahontas. Pocahontas the same way. Some white man came and scooped her up and took her. You understand? And it's like this on and on and on again, and they're brainwashing you to think that your daughter is supposed to wait on her oppressor to show her the love that she's never had in her life before. Well, that's a goddamn lie, man. This is nothing but a slave, and he belongs under her feet. She
Right.
shouldn't have her feet shouldn't touch the ground because she's standing on his back. Damn a horse. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Con. And princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Now go back, Razan. Go back to that picture. That's Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 7. Right there.
It's
Right
like,
on the. Go ahead.
oh, right after this, sir, I got a follow-up precept just for just the correction of this too.
Yeah, no sweat. No sweat.
Hold on, though. Like, what I just wanted to bring out was this picture. You know what this picture also is?
Concept.
Go a few chapters back in the same book to go to chapter bubbity. Go to chapter 3. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 16.
Con.
Go
This
ahead.
the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 13. Salaki, you said 16, right? Chapter 3, verse 16.
Yes.
And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Right. So it's right there in the beginning, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. This is, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, this is the judgment that we had to endure. This is part of our judgment right here. And it happened, the judgment happens not in the fourth dimension, not in the sky, not under the earth, but it happens right here on earth. And we're going through our judgment right now. Right now, today, we still enduring our judgment. Okay? And that's what you see when you see this picture. This is the judgment, okay? That Moses told us was going to happen, and we ignored it. Okay? That's all. I just wanted to bring that out also, so you see that this picture represents our judgment.
Most High Christ, man, for real. That's exactly what that is. You know what I'm saying? This is not something you take your child. There you go. Look at that.
Good night.
Look at that right there.
Yep.
You see it. Y'all see
We're
it,
still
right?
enduring our judgment.
Still to this day. Oh, give me the one in Haiti. Give me the one in Mexico with the Haitians. Give me the one with the Haitians, man. You know what I'm saying? Because like Austin Isupk is saying, and it's so heavy, like the Lord is showing you this, man. Like we say it all the time. These ain't our words. This ain't something that we're making up. I didn't put that devil on that horse. I didn't put a whip in his hand, and I didn't put those those Levite brothers on that border. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take this picture as some type of cameo. This is real life. This is what the Most High is putting on. It's happening in the earth. We read it right here in Ecclesiastes. You know what I'm saying? Two verses in the same book showing you the same exact thing, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the place that we're getting judged. This is what the Lord is doing. It's like a chessboard, and He's the chess master. You understand? This is us. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 7. Read it again, True. Bubba Shut. That's you pulling up the pictures?
That's
That's
me.
Ron. Okay, come on. Go ahead, Bubba Shut.
Mr. Lucky, sir.
Look at it, man. All they wanted to do was get some safety. And listen, man, like, but they didn't do this to the Ukrainians.
That's what I was sitting here thinking, man. Like Ukraine took this same path.
Yeah.
And on the news, they made it sound, man, these are some, you know how much guts it took, you know how much strength it took. These are some really outstanding, courageous people. They deserve this, they deserve that. Well, our people do the same thing, and this is what they think we deserve.
Right.
Yeah. Right here, bro. And you're telling me that we're supposed to love everybody.
Right.
You're telling me that everybody's supposed to love everybody.
Everybody don't love you.
Everybody don't love you, man. Everybody do not love you. They hate you. They absolutely hate you. You got it?
Come. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun.
Evil.
As an error which proceeded from the ruler.
And look, man, we're not sitting here, like me and Austin and Shock will attest to this. We're not sitting here advocating that the white man start to love us more or show that he is not going to whip us on a horse or he's going to give us his horses. We're not saying that. You understand? What we are doing is shaking the brainwash off of our people that think that these are the people that are here to save us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can get that if I may, sir. Y'all can get that one as well. Y'all can get that one as well. They have looked for people that cannot save them. You know what I'm saying? Resign, you get that if you could.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? Like this is right here, man. Like this is an evil thing that's happening, man. Everything's upside down, everything's topsy-turvy. The servants are on horseback, and the princes of the earth are walking upon the ground. You understand? They getting whipped just because they don't want to be killed in the land that they in. You understand? When it's that same servant that's causing all the harm, man. It's another scripture. It would say, when the wicked bear rule, you know what I'm saying, the people mourn. You know what I'm saying? We over the time, so I ain't even really trying to push it, sir. But you know what I'm saying? Definitely get that one that resign holding. And go ahead, continue. I feel like how Cap be feeling, man. He be hit 9 o'clock and he get all he be getting all the precepts to hit him, man.
Let's get on the roll.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, Mataya.
Oh, come. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places. Verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
That's what you got, man. Go back to that picture. The Haitians. That's where it's at right there. But guess what? When you love your brother as yourself, you know what you do? Real quick, if you can resign, get me mission to La Cunha.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you can get it quick. If you can't, don't worry about it. But when you love your brother as you love yourself, guess what, man? You'll take the most dangerous paths, put your life on the line to go and make sure your brothers can eat and drink. You know what I'm saying? They got food to eat and water to drink, Pampers for their children, toiletries and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you'll do. Damn these people. You know what I'm saying? Them servants on them horses, they don't care about us. There it is. They don't care about us. But when you care about blacks and Hispanics, man, you show up in a big yellow Penske truck full of food and water, man. You know what I'm saying? Big up to the Mr. Tilacuna, man, and them brothers in Texas. That's what you do when you love your people, man. But that's it on that. I ain't trying
No
to.
greater love.
Right. Them brothers was gonna die. They could have. I mean, they could have died. They crossing through cartel land. Nobody does that. If you watch Breaking Bad, you know that you cannot just do that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Man, go ahead, man. You got the precept, brother?
Okay, sir. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17.
Go ahead. Hold on. Slow down. Let me put it up on here.
That covers stuff.
You got it?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
on. Just make sure everybody got it, man. Go ahead.
Come. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
Yeah, man. Like we steady looking for something to save. Like you don't even see. Like your eyes have failed. You don't even see the help that's right in front of you. This picture, zoom in on them brothers on the screen. You fail to see this. Them niggas that's dressed up like Power Rangers, you fail to see them when all they want to do is help blacks and Hispanics. You failed that, but read the vain help.
Khan. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
We looking for Theodore Roosevelt to come in on a horse and save us. But Theodore Roosevelt is coming in on a horse to whip your ass. You understand? He coming in on this horse right here, dragging you, and they're not showing it, but it looked like them brothers' arms is tied. It looked like they're in bondage. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
It looks like to me they're in bondage.
You got to get the side view. Yeah, their arms are tied.
Yeah. Them is slaves.
So
You don't turn. Go ahead.
I believe I seen the full picture before, and I believe there's shackles on their feet.
Okay, yeah, I do remember hearing that, but I don't remember a picture where it say that. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely looked like their hands are bound. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying, man. Like we looking for this man that's on this horse, this slave, to come and save us. Read on.
Okay. Verse 18. They hunt our steps.
Oh man, come on, man. Read it again.
They hunt our steps.
They do what?
They hunt our steps.
Listen, man. These people, they can't leave you alone. You wondering why they 18-year-old just run up into school and kill all your babies? Because they hunting you, man. They hunting. You know what I'm saying? They watching for you when you get in your car. They already know they gonna tell you. There is no doubt in their mind that they gonna get behind you. And if you flinch, they flipping the lights. They hunt your steps, man. They watching to see if you listen. We was at the park, and it was a group of devils. You know, the boys, you know what I'm saying, pulled up and it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna run all your license plates. Boy, you should have seen how salty they look when none of us had nothing on our record. When all of us is clean, all you hear is the white boy, nothing? They're all clean? All right, man, you guys go. And it was so glorious, man. Like that was a beautiful moment because I'm like because this scripture right here is true, man. They hunt our steps. They thought they came up when they found a group of niggas somewhere where they could just take advantage of them. You know what I'm saying? Read again.
Okay. They hunt our steps. That we cannot go in our streets.
Listen, man. Trayvon Martin couldn't go to the store to get Skittles. Read again.
Khan. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18.
No. Just read the part where it said that we can't go in our streets.
That we cannot go in our streets.
Sandra Bland can't drive to work, to and from work. You know what I'm saying? Without getting strangled to death. Read again.
That we cannot go in our streets.
Tamir Rice can't go outside to the park to play. Read it one more time.
Khan. That we cannot go in our streets.
And listen, your children will be next. unless you wake up and realize blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are one people with one God. They gotta please their God. They gotta serve their God. You understand? Otherwise, we're gonna continue being cursed, and we're gonna continue to be hunted in our streets. Read on.
Oh, Khan. Our end is near.
We know listen, that's heavy too, because every black person, they put it in music now. It's like you don't even know if you're gonna live to see like 25. You know what I'm saying? You know that it's almost on every black person mind, black or Hispanic mind, that I might not even live to see 25. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have some kids because I don't know for how long I'm gonna be here. Like, you thinking of this and you're 22. You thinking like this and you're barely an adult. But we know that our what?
Our end is near.
We know it. We know we're not gonna live long, man. Continue.
Our days are fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
For our end is come.
Go ahead, you can drop that, man. I'm gonna give it back to Austin shot. Salaki. I'm Salaki, sir. I didn't even mean to bombard you.
Man, it's all, hey, there ain't no sweat, man. We all, you know what I mean, saying the same thing up in here. Shit, next week I'll let you do the whole thing. No sweat, you know what I mean? But I'll be right here, you know what I'm saying? So, shit. With that, you know what I mean? Like, if anybody else got nothing that, you know what I mean, want to end it with, anybody else got something? Go ahead.
Like it, sir. I was just gonna end it with one precept, if I could.
Come on with it. What you got?
Slide. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Most High's anger come upon you. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that out pretty much to let Hispanics and blacks know, and Native Americans know that we are one people and that we must come together.
Shit, Most High in Christ. That's a good precept. And the water, give Trooper Mathia a hand. You know what I'm saying? He bust out all the good precepts tonight. You know what I mean? Like, and what you just ended it with, Razan, was exactly what he was saying. Like, he started it off saying we gotta come together. We gotta get right. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? That's the desire of all brothers and sisters that are in this school. You know what I mean? That blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians get it right. We come together and get it right. And you know what I mean? Like, and that's the whole point of the school. You know what I mean? Like, that's what the picture you're seeing right now. You know what I mean? We want to get niggas together. We want to get wetbacks together. We want to get, indigenous people, Hispanics, Native Indians. We want to get them all together, one God, okay? And you know what I mean? Like, and get out of this hell that we're in and turn things back right. Because right now, like what Artizar was just bringing out, you know what I mean? He said it's upside down. The servants are on horses and the princes are on feet on the ground. Okay? So that's what we trying to do here, okay? All right, so with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the class, okay? We're the ISUPK, start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Since 1969, we've been bringing out the truth that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical Israelites of the Bible. Okay, and with that, I want to say Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakathum to the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Alathan Ba'Shem Yahushua to the sisters. Okay, and we're out of here. Y'all have a good night and be safe. Shalom.
One,
Gotta get it up the
touch
mud.
one. See how that bar going up? That means it's reading my vocal. That's the vocal.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Sound right. Get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud. Get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud.
Flying through the city, AK in the trunk, got my hand on my lap with a strap on it. I got niggas take the pics on the fence, take the pics on the cell phone, got a tap on it. Hey, that motherfucker ain't.
Let it ride.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what just happened. So
Ain't beefing over wax, this grown man ball spin facts on it. I can get your hair shells jumping off the pavement like to put it doing jumping jacks on it. Brotherhood out of my section. Brotherhood gotta be a wedgie. I'd rather break bread with your nigga, plus look at little mama, she sexy. We can shoot it out if you ever touch mine, better know that I'm stepping. But you a black man like me, so I'd rather see you fly like the Jetsons. Trying to not bust my chrome. King shit, look at my throne. If the police jumping on one of your niggas, go help. Don't pull out a phone. It's black ownership, black wealth over everything. Get that shit in your dome. And when you get money out the hood, put other niggas on. Yeah, gotta get it out the mud.
get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud.
Hey.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud. Get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud.
Going verse out the perf. Fiends come and serve at the serve. Meet them at the stop by the curb. Surf with the perf. A1 gas, nigga. One hit, this'll blow out your nerves. Stand on alert. Trap got mass killers on the chirp while you ship out the bird. Prepare for the burst. Tell about the last nigga that try to ship that purple his turf. Now take them same damn principle. Apply that shit to a legal hustle. Together we two invincible. Let the gangster niggas all be the muscle. Fuck all the white folk credentials. Put our own schools with the infrastructure. And if they try to set a business up in our neighborhood, then we yell it, fuck them. Go. We can make a whole lot of dough. Never gotta sell no dope, nigga. I be on the go. Hollering at the girl with the pro. Wrist full of flicker in the glow. Got the diamonds like whoa. Fresh type of furs on the coat. We can make it happen, no joke. And you never go broke. Nigga put a glass in the air. Let all the black folks here toast. Gotta get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud.
Hey.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud.
Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the mud. Get it